Hi everybody, welcome into the channel JaysBucket. I'm Jay. As always, got my building buddy Jay hanging out here with me whenever I'm down in the Lego room. And this is another episode of Bucket Life, the podcast that I do on my channel here. This is episode number 16, and I'm titling this one as Distractions. Have you ever been distracted before? Have you ever procrastinated from something you were supposed to be doing but was doing something else? Alright, well, welcome in, and this is where I talk a little bit about Lego, but also a little bit about life in general and other things that are going on. But normally here on JaysBucket, I live stream Lego builds every single Sunday. I build a different set every Sunday. It's always lots of fun, especially with people who come and hang out in the chat. So yeah, it'd be cool if you want to come and hang out there. We've also started doing some weekly live builds as well, where I build bigger sets similar to the Galaxy Explorer there. What a beautiful set that was. Oh my goodness. Did that one in 4 parts. Yeah, it was a beautiful build by the end of it. Loved all the intricacies with it and how playable it is, but it's also a great display piece as well. And it's massive. So yeah, come and hang out with those live builds every Sunday and every other Tuesday or Wednesday. This week's weekly live build is going to be Tuesday, February 25th at 7 p.m. Eastern. And the Sunday lives are 7:30 p.m. Eastern. All right. Thoughts this week. I have been very distracted by Lorcana lately. There's been set champs going on quite a bit, and it's basically like tournaments where you know, if you want, you can travel around and enter tournaments and stuff like that. There's only 2 that are local to me. I entered both. I came in like, I don't know, it was like 11 out of 17 players, and then just this past weekend I came in 5th out of 14 players. Ended up winning a set champ enchanted card, so I was really excited about that. And yeah, that's something I'm going to talk about a little bit later as well. But yeah, that's my thoughts for this week. Is just it's been kind of busy with the other hobby that I like to do. So there we go. All right, we're going to move into this week's weekly shoutout, and this one is going to the viewer, well, chatter, I guess, Monica Pierce, but it is actually her son Logan that apparently comes and hangs out with us. And what I didn't really know at first was that Logan was the one hanging out. I thought it was the name Monica Pierce, but Logan is the son, and what a great viewer he is. He's very interactive for his age, and it's really cool to see him coming and wanting to hang out while we're building Lego, and he loves building Lego as well. So I think it's really cool that I can branch out to a whole bunch of different age groups from the live builds. And when I first started these live builds, it was kind of a way for me to almost leave an interactive legacy for my kids. If they ever want to build these sets, you know, they could come back and kind of build along with me if they ever want to in the future. And Logan is just kind of an example of, you know, one of the younger generations that is going to grow up loving Lego. So I think that is really cool. So hi, Logan. Hopefully you're enjoying the channel so far and you want to continue to hang out with us as time goes on. So there you go. Weekly shout out is going out to Logan this week. All right, we'll move over to the Studtastic Voyage, and this is going to be a real quick one because we had nobody join the map in the last week. I think this is now 2 weeks in a row, potentially, that we had nobody join the map. No, maybe there was some last week, but it's been 2 weeks that nobody has joined. They might not have been consecutive. Anyhow, so what I'm going to do is just go through that original map stream again and kind of highlight some people that joined. And actually, next on the list was yours truly, Jay from JaysBucket. So Jay's got a dark translucent blue stud over here in New Brunswick on the east coast of Canada. So there we go. And then I'm pretty sure next on the list who joined was none other than Life with the Crazies, who's got a purple stud here over in Ontario. I believe it was actually a flower there. So the purple flower for Life with the Crazies in Ontario. So there you go. Last couple people from that map stud to join. There'll be a few more still from that map stud or map stream. Sorry, not stud. So there you go. Studtastic Voyage. All right, quick water break for George. Holy cow, we're going to fly through this podcast today, I think. Let's hit new bricks in the buckets, and we'll kind of get into why, I guess. So, lately, I've kind of got a lull for the bricks. I don't know what it is. It's probably a combination of... What I do is I go through these cycles, I feel like. I go through my Lorcana cycle, and then I kind of pull back from that and get right back into Lego full force, and then I kind of pull back from Lego and I go back into Lorcana, and it's kind of a flip-flopping thing. And it's not even just Lorcana, it's actually board games in general, board games, card games, stuff like that. There's a lot of times where I just want to be down here sorting bricks and getting Lego in order, and then there's times where I just kind of want to come down here and play board games and card games with the family, and I don't even want to touch Lego. It's kind of weird. So I've definitely had a bit of a lull with the bricks over the past couple weeks, I would say. I've bought no new sets. I've really wanted to, but just the budget isn't really, allowing for too many new Lego sets to be bought. And there is a new Lorcana set coming out in the next couple weeks, so that's probably where my mindset is like, well, I'm saving on bricks so I can eventually buy some new cards from the new set that comes out. But yeah, there's also another touch of it too, and this is my next kind of note here. I've still got a massive bin, honestly, like probably the size of those two shelves together, maybe not exactly, but similar, of bulk lot Lego that I still need to sort through, and that is a task, let me tell you. Holy cow, I finally finished sorting my childhood bin, and that was a huge bin to go through. Ended up as a Christmas tree size bin that was probably half full. I don't know why I think I put in a Christmas tree bin so that when the kids were playing with it, it was easy to kind of sort through and look through and find pieces. So, but it was only about half full. It wasn't full or nothing. Anyways, slowly moved that down into smaller size bins because I was doing the organizing thing. Finally ended up in a smaller kind of box, I would say, that I had lined with some paper. And then eventually got completely sorted out. And that bin has now been sorted for probably... I'm trying to think if I sorted it before Christmas. I don't think I did. I think it was just after Christmas, so probably about a month and a half maybe, that has been completely sorted. And now I just know in the back of my mind that I have this other bulk lot that I need to sort through, and it's kind of weighing me down, like I don't want to do it. And then I also have, like, from that bulk lot, I had tried to part out probably a good 15 different sets, and for some reason I tried to do all 15 at the same time. That was a bad move, but at the same time, if I had tried to just do one at a time, I don't know if I would have been as motivated to even find these sets. So I've got about 15 roughly different sets that I started to sort out from this bin. Have been unsuccessful at completing any of them. So those are kind of all in their own separate box together. Then I still have the bulk lot in the bin. And then I also have a bunch of fire and police station sets that came from this same lot that are also separate, that are half built, a quarter built, just some random pieces, like a bunch of different scenarios for those. So the other day I kind of started figuring out what sets were from these police and fire station sets, and that kind of got me in the mood to start organizing a little bit. But then I stopped as well, and again then the set champs came, and yeah, so it's just been a lull of bricks for sure, and I know that I really need to start organizing these bricks. I think what I need to do is take like an entire week off of work so I have the time to organize the bulk lot. And honestly, even if I did that, I probably still wouldn't get it sorted. So that's kind of where my lull of the bricks has been. I would think if I had maybe purchased some new sets, I would be a little more excited to kind of continue with it, but I haven't, and new sets are just coming out more and more and more that I'm missing out on, and that's kind of getting me down on Lego a bit as well. So I need to find my rhythm again here with organizing and whatnot. Well, let's go into the OBS Void of Doom, and let's hope it's going to record my audio this time. We are going to move over to the Lego site. And we'll check out a few things here because I'm excited to see what is new. Excuse me. All right, let's go to coming soon. And we'll see if anything pops out here. Oh, yes. So last week, my audio didn't record under the OBS Void of Doom, and I saw these two brickheads. The Bumblebee robot and vehicle and the Optimus Prime robot and vehicle, and I immediately wanted these. They're coming soon. When are they being released? Is it March? It is March 1st. So these are something I might actually end up buying because these are really, really nice looking brickheads. Actually, I love the Bumblebee and the Optimus Prime car, but robot mode looks great as well. Mando, if you're watching, I'm sure you'll love those. Yeah, I may have to buy those at some point here, coming soon. Do we have anything really new under coming soon, though, other than those? Because those, my reaction to those were like jaw-dropping. I couldn't believe those were actually true. We got this upscaled racing minifigure. I think we saw that before. We got Hey Hey. Hey Hey is just awesome. All right, and then these katanas. All right, let's check out new, and we will go and click under. Okay, pre-order. We'll see if anything is new under pre-order. Nothing is new there. Okay, so again, Lilo and Stitch is something I really want as well. When is it coming out? Also March 1st. Oh, March is going to be an expensive month. But see, the thing is, this is $120 Canadian plus tax. And then there's so many other things I also want as well. Oh, well, we'll see. Probably won't ever get it. All right, gift with purchases. Ending February 28th. So you basically have 1 week left after this gets released. $50 purchase or more with Lego City Creator 3-in-1, excluding pre-orders. And you can get this little polybag police water scooter. Yeah, I was saying earlier on Clickin' and Brickin' that honestly, polybags aren't worth it as a gift with purchase. They really aren't. Even at a $50 threshold, like we were basically all saying kind of on the podcast that they were talking about, I can probably go to Toys R Us and buy this for $5. I don't really need to spend $50 on the Lego site or at a Lego store in order to get this. Now, if I'm already going to be doing it, sure. But again, this is not going to entice me to put an order in. Just saying, Lego. And then we got Autumn's Waffle Stand. $50 or more Canadian with Lego Friends only and excluding pre-orders as well. So again, you're not enticing me to buy Lego Friends sets just to get this. Although the little cat with the chef hat is pretty cute. All right, then we got Cinderella's Mini Garden Castle. And again, $50 threshold. Lego Disney Princess merchandise only. That looks like a very exclusive piece, though. So this is a polybag maybe would be worth just buying. But again, probably not going to spend $50 on Lego Disney Princess just to get that. Actually, let's check sale. I always do like to keep you guys up to date on what is for sale still, and not a whole lot in here. So this, I would imagine, is going to be updated pretty soon. This Disney Palace of Agrabah has been on here for probably 5 months now. I'm shocked that it's been on here for this long. I ended up buying it when it first went on here, and I thought, like, okay, that's not going to last very long. It's literally been on here forever. All right, well, that's pretty much it. Doesn't seem to be too much new on the site. And, yeah, we'll head back over to JCam. There we go. So, new bricks in the bucket. Not overly exciting because it's a bunch of lull stuff and stuff that, you know, I'm not really excited for in this moment. I think February might be one of the worst months for LEGO maybe throughout the year. Because, like, there's a huge hype with January, all the new January 1 sets. And then February does have some new sets, but generally the gift with purchases aren't great. I did end up buying the one to get the Tweety Bird and the heart-shaped box set. And it was a nice set. Looking back, I probably could have passed on that one, but it was a cool set. But yeah, the gift with purchases right now are not great. All right, let's check out the countdown to the time capsule. The time capsule is sitting up here above my head, and it's just a cardboard box with some Lego inside. But we got 170 days until that Lego live build with the time capsule. All right, so let's go and talk about some distractions. And distractions come in many, many forms, but I personally find that video games are one of the easiest distractions. So for instance, I don't play video games very often. But boy, when I do, it's all I want to do. And I think that's why I don't play them too much. Because literally, like 10 minutes before coming down and recording this podcast, I just blew 2 hours of my day that felt like 5-10 minutes maybe. I was my son, lately video games, it's usually been my son that gets me into them. My son got me into Minecraft probably a year ago now. And I knew nothing about Minecraft. I literally have probably put in the past year, probably like 100 hours of Minecraft, I would think. I would probably need to check my game file. Maybe like 80 to 100 hours into Minecraft. And that is not like me. But boy, when I started playing Minecraft, it was a lot of fun. And I was finding myself just sitting in front of the TV playing Minecraft all the time. And he would kind of coax me to play. And, oh, Dad, play your Minecraft world and this and that. It's like, all right, well, I'll do this a little bit. But like, it's just so crazy how 5 minutes turns into 30 minutes, which turns into an hour and then 2 hours. And it just, the time blows by. So I literally haven't touched Minecraft now for probably 4 months, maybe three and a half to 4 months. And I felt like I've gotten a lot more things done. You know, I completed the Lego bin organizing. I've played a bunch more board games and card games and stuff, which I find probably more, what's the word I'd be looking for? More fulfilling than playing a video game. And there's also kind of that interaction with whoever you're playing it with. Yes, you can play video games with other people, but a lot of the times they just become super competitive and someone gets mad because they didn't win or whatever, depending on the game, right? But yeah, so for instance, now my son has gotten right back into Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. And I've always loved dinosaurs and whatnot. So we have just finished watching pretty much all of the Jurassic Worlds and Jurassic Parks together. Weirdly enough, we started with Jurassic World 3, because it was the newest movie, and then Jurassic World 4 is coming out. So I wanted to rewatch Jurassic World 3 about a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago. So we watched Jurassic World 3. Well, then that sparked, hey, Dad, can we watch Jurassic Parks again? It's like, okay, sure. So, you know, we'll spend maybe 45 minutes to an hour some nights, not every night, but maybe 2 or 3 times a week. and just slowly getting through some of these movies. So we started with Jurassic Park, then 2, then 3, and then we moved over to Jurassic World 1 and 2. And that's taken us, like I said, probably a month and a half to finish all 6 of those movies. So now that the movies are over, he remembered that I had a video game called Jurassic World Evolution. And oh my goodness, is that such a fun game. Being able to create your own park in a video game setting is actually a lot of fun. And I hadn't played this game. I just loaded this game up 2 days ago for him. And I looked at my file. The last time I had played this thing was 2018. Well, he started playing it again, and I was like, man, I kind of forgot how fun this game was. And sure enough, today I'm off work. I get my couple of the chores done that I needed to do. And don't I find myself after lunch sitting down at the couch loading up Jurassic World Evolution. Fully aware that I wanted to get my podcast done early in the day today because we got a Canada versus US hockey game tonight that never happens. And I really wanted to not have to worry about the podcast this evening and just being able to focus on watching that hockey game. So fully knowing that, I go and start playing Jurassic World Evolution. And what do you know, 12:30 we start. 1:30, I can play a little longer. 2:30, yeah, I can play a little longer. 2:59, yeah, I should probably stop and go record my podcast because I also got to cook supper tonight. So, yeah, it just completely distracted me. And as fun as the time as I had, I probably should have prioritized coming and doing the podcast first and then maybe going and playing that until maybe I need to make supper because I still got to do my thumbnail for this and whatnot, which I probably should have all gotten done before I started playing video games. But yeah, they can become a huge distraction, and I don't really love the idea that I'm now back into playing Jurassic World Evolution after already admitting to you that I'm in a lull of the bricks right now. Also focusing on Lorcana because a new set is coming out around the corner, and now I'm back into playing video games again. That bin ain't ever gonna get organized. Holy, it's gonna be like 2 years before I organize that. Oh my goodness. Alright, well, there was a little rant about gaming because it's a distraction, and you should definitely prioritize the important things you need to do before you go and game out a little bit. Alright, let's move into a clue for this Sunday's build. This is Sunday I'm pretty excited for. This is a throwback build. And I've already given you one clue that this build comes with a ton of stickers. I'm hopefully, I haven't even done this yet because of the distraction. I'm hopefully going to post a second community post today telling you that this build is built with a ton of red and gray bricks. So that will be technically the second clue. And then the third clue that you'll get on Friday here for Sunday's Lego Live build is that I only actually built half of the set when I first built this thing. If you can't guess it, I don't know, because it's literally one of the only sets I've ever only built half of it. Anyhow, throw your comments down in the description or down in the comment section below and have a guess at what you think the next set is going to be for Sunday. If you guess it right, I'll shout you out at the beginning of the live stream. All right, once again, we had no question from the last live stream, so also throw some questions down in the comments below, for sure, so I can answer those. I also had to cut out audio or video, and well, there was no audio, so I had to cut out the video of this section I'm about to do now. So because I had no question last week, I am going to pick a favorite set from a theme. So we are going to go back into OBS Void of Doom. We are going to move over here, and we're going to go set by theme. And because Animal Crossing is the first theme here, I figured I would pick my favorite set from Animal Crossing. So we got a few. We got Stargazing with Celeste. We got Able Sisters Clothing Shop, Leaf's Caravan and Garden Shop, Bunny's Outdoor Activities, Julian's Birthday Party, Fly with Dodo Airlines, KK's Concert at the Plaza, Nook's Cranny and Rosie's House, Captain Island Boat Tour, and Isabel's House Visit. Now, this is another video game that I did play quite a bit when it came out for the Switch. Mrs. Bucket wanted this game, and she was playing it quite a bit, and she created an island, and then we all kind of put our profiles on the island and started, running around as our own characters. We all got our own house to build and whatnot. So this was a game I've had a bit of experience with as well. I do have one Animal Crossing set to build that I will probably build here within the next couple months. But looking at all of the sets here, my favorite set out of these is actually one of the smaller ones, and it is going to be Stargazing with Celeste. Oh, Bricks, we can't find this page. All right, well, Stargazing with Celeste is actually a really, I don't know if I would call it a fun activity, but it is a pretty neat activity to do in Animal Crossing. It's basically you got to be playing at night, and you kind of just stand there and wait for shooting stars to come across the sky. And if you click A on them, I think you make a wish. And I honestly don't even remember what happens when you do this, but I do remember really enjoying this part of the game. And Celeste is a pretty cool character. She's an owl. I like her, but I also love like space and stars and just a lot of the reason I actually moved to one of my favorite things about where we moved when we last moved to our house was that I can go outside and I can see the stars from my house. Like before, when we lived deep in the city, I had to literally drive outside of the city. And I specifically remember me and my daughter one night, literally, she would have been like maybe 9 years old, and I took her at like, I don't know, 9:30, 10 o'clock one evening, and we literally drove outside the city. We grabbed a blanket, laid down on the grass, and literally just watched the stars for like 30 minutes, and it was a lot of fun. But Stargazing with Celeste kind of reminds me of those kind of experiences that I have. So this is actually not a crazy, expensive set, and maybe I should buy it. I don't even have it, but this would probably be my favorite Animal Crossing set. So there you go. We'll come back over to JCam. And yeah, if you want to give me some questions so I can answer for the next one, that'd be great. If not, I will pick another theme and pick another favorite set from that theme. All right, well, this has been Bucket Life for one more week. I really appreciate you. If you've made it this far in the video, that's great. I would really like it if you could hit that like button for me. It helps out the video and the channel a lot. Subscribe if you're new here, and definitely throw some comments down below of whatever you want, but questions and guesses would be ideal. So thank you very much for hanging out with me for this 30-minute segment here, and we will see some of you, I guess, probably on Sunday evening. All right, take care, everyone. Woo!